The Last Man on Earth was notoriously a hard sell for network television. What was the toughest part about getting the show on the air?
The hardest part about it, they were into it from the beginning and very supportive, but the hardest thing was to have them buy into long stretches of time without people talking. That was really tricky.
Yeah, network execs don't like that very much.
Yeah, that was by far the hardest part.
So how did you overcome that?
Well, we were very honest about our intentions from the beginning. The nerve-wracking part was just thinking that at some point they would force us to go against their promises of letting us do what we wanted to do. And they were battles along the way. And not battles, just conversations, which, it was nerve-wracking, but ultimately they were kind of let us do what we wanted to do. So that was the scary part, though, is entering into this agreement and thinking, oh, they're going to make us change it all around. And they ultimately stuck to their promise.
You want a whiskey? Gary? Whiskey? You sure? How about you, Jimmy? No? Okay, well, does anyone want a whiskey? Huh? Greg? Kevin? Anton? No? Really? Nobody? Trevor? Terrence? Trent? Darby? Bryce? Marshall? Peter? Thomas? Max? Dashel? Diego? Clementine?
Were there any minor adjustments they asked for? Or?
Oh yeah, little things along the way, and God, we wrote so many drafts of that thing. And but I will say that by having to do all these things that at times seemed like addressing crazy notes, it ultimately made the show better, I think. So I'm thankful for their crazy notes.
What were some of their notes?
Have more talking. The little
Can there be
little
more
things
people
like
in
you
this?
couldn't show. Don't show a dead body, which we thought was important in the beginning, and we still hear to this day, like, where are all the dead bodies? And we had
because we really don't know what
happened
happened.
In the beginning.
Right.
Just don't use real ones, they meant.
Yeah. And
Can't
we
we just
were
use
taking a
prop
stand.
ones?
We
No.
were a real dead body.
This is about realism.
Yeah. But I like that in your show, that you don't see the bodies.
No, we didn't miss it. We let.
Yeah.
But
The Walking
but it was-
Dead's on the same night.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like-
we're covered with bodies.
Yeah.
When were you the most wrong about a sketch or a joke or a bit that you'd written or performed and it just didn't work?
I mean, we would do some weird stuff. So I think you go in knowing there's a chance of total failure. But there was one thing that Bill Hader and I did called Fart Face. You do something called Fart Face. You're not expecting that it's going to win any artistic awards or anything. But this was complete silence. And so you get to the end of the dress rehearsal and you're like, oh, that's okay. Well, we tried it out.
It's just two people in an office setting. It's like, Jerry, I'd like you to stop calling me fart face, please. He's like, oh, you got it, Bill? Sure.
And then Josh Brolin comes in and he's like,
Hey, have you met fart face here? And he's like, I thought I specifically asked you to stop calling me fart face.
and so we thought, okay, it's in this office setting and no laughter. And then Lauren somehow put it into the show, and it met with even more silence.
Even more not laughing. More people not laughing. Yeah, sure.
But, I watched it the other day, and I still stand behind that thing. You can never guess.
What would you say is the worst job you had coming up in the business? And this can be in showbiz or otherwise.
I mean, this is going to sound weird because it's not, it's an office job, but I was doing what my dad did. I was working for a financial consultant, and it was just really tricky because I started thinking I wanted to go into comedy, but it was really scary to break away from what I had thought I should be doing with my life and go for this crazy thing. I've had jobs that were harder and jobs that were not fun to do, but this was the one that really dragged me down because it was really hard to go away from the thing that my dad did.
How did you do that?
I just stayed at it for so long that it was breaking my spirit, and finally it broke me. I bottomed out. I hit.
Father,
right.
I'm leaving.
I wasn't working with him.
I'm going to LA.
And then
After all the success I've brought you, boys.
but
I'm going to be a comedian.
Of course, the second I called my dad and said, I don't want to do this. I want to try to do comedy. He was incredibly supportive. He was like, I don't know why you were doing that in the first place.
Because you're terrible at this job. I've been trying to fire you for 3 years. I just couldn't work up the courage.